Yeah, morning, folks. Happy Monday. We're just going to do a review of our ongoing trades from last week. We've added a few more in there, um, which I didn't get the time to do a video on, but I guess you guys should have got the gist of what's going on. Pound Aussie, New Zealand strength was the theme of the overall 4 hour perspective last week. And now, if we if we have some patience, we are now seeing a profit finally. If they are 4 hour trades, we can in theory hold them for 3 months. Um, but we're not going to do that because we don't have the patience for 3 month long trades. But the one I wanted to take a look at a bit closer was the CAD. As the CAD, um, I didn't do a video on, but I kind of found it last night. So let's do that. I color coded everything, um, just so it's easier to see the pound and the euro and everything. Um, I guess you get the idea of the colors. So black for New Zealand, All Blacks, blue for USA for Cancer, red for Canada for the in the flag, I suppose. Uh, I wasn't very creative, but anyway, here's how we did the CAD last night, the pound CAD. Um, from this point here, let's zoom in a little bit, shall we? No, you know what? Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. This New Zealand should be on a 4 hour. We're not really interested in what it's doing here, uh, but I'm just looking at that so we have the perspective of everything together. Um, so we'll just put that back. What happened here, right? Well, let's go to CAD yen. We saw strength in CAD yen. Yes, there was underlying weakness, but here there was strength. At that time, here in pound yen had risen. So it had risen more than CAD yen. Okay. But the 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 theory was this was already ongoing fuel from before. So this part here where it rallied up um, really showed me that CAD was definitely showing some strength relative to the pound at this time. So therefore, that will have to transfer into the pound CAD, obviously. So we'll bring the pound CAD over, and you know, let's do the exact time for everybody. Okay, that's 5:35, 17:35 here. Is it really 35? No, it's 50. Okay, but whatever, it's close enough. This area here has not paid transferred into the pound yen yet. It doesn't have to, but it does have to into the pound CAD. So we'll put the time again at 50. So we would be expecting a minimum profit of into here, and that's where we're at now. So it's quite simple, really. What was the other trade we saw? We're expecting a euro dollar up move here because this power here. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to the CAD and I'll try to explain this further. So let's say we saw this strength here and we noticed it here, right, at this time. So let's say we saw that and we're thinking, okay, green light, buy, 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 and we buy at the exact worst place because it always happens. As soon as they show their strength, the retail buy price drops, takes them out, and then it goes back and does what it was going to do anyway. So if we put the CAD on there at that exact time, 335, okay, and we will imagine that we sold at 335, okay, and that's a red line. So we saw that, right, in pound yen, pound Canada. Is that the right time? I can't see with this red here. Let's just change that. 640, that's wrong. 335. Oh, it actually gives us an excellent opportunity to trade. It's even better. So in pound yen and pound CAD, we notice CAD yen, we notice more strength there in that area than this area. So this will have to transfer into price from where this originated from. So we come down to the CAD and we say, well, if we sold at the worst possible place, which would have been here, how are we in profit yet? And the answer would have been at that point, no. So we knew that price is going to have to come down and at least make that target here. And that's all we did. That's how we found this trade. So the others are looking like, oh, hang on, before I go anywhere else, let's look at the indexes to try to bring that into perspective. Where are they? Here they are. That's euro pound. Move that out of the way. All right. So here's the pound, and there's the CAD, and this is the area. So we knew that this is likely to profit. We see here that is strength relative to the pound index. And that's kind of like the added confirmation. But don't worry if it's, you know, if it seems like it works when when yen is the dominator, but if it's not the dominator, then it stops working. That's what people think. But if you look at the indexes, it will help. But you don't have to. It's all going to work with the yen anyway. You're gonna get it. What else is there now? Have we got anything new that has not developed yet into price? Let's try to find out. The most obvious move currently today is the New Zealand from here to here. this move here. Okay. With that much strength, that's going to have to translate into USD weakness. Okay. Because USD has not moved, look, since the same time. Unless I'm dreaming, but USD, it's about this much. It's not moved. CAD here is now showing strength. That is then going to transfer into a little bit of weakness for New Zealand, which is then when we can have our pullback, okay, and something like that. Okay, it's not going to come lower, it's just going to bring it down a bit. That you that will pull back. I'm trying to think what that's going to mean for the pound. Well, pound can be stronger than dollar, but weaker than the rest of them if it needs to be. So we'll go and have a look at this area here. We'll try to see if we see the same thing happening where it's not actually happening, where it should happen. So, okay, pound New Zealand has gone up, right? But it's not transferred into the dollar yet. This dollar is most likely going to drop. What else can we see here? This is a big euro move. Has that transferred into the euro dollar? No, it hasn't. Does it need to? No, because dollar is also showing weakness, but not as much as euro. So we could get a pullback and then up. So on that note, I'm going to remove this. And then I'm going to take off the top position. Because there's no point in holding this if we're going to have a pullback. We'll take the most expensive one off. And we'll do some of those for New Zealand as well. I think, yeah, we'll take off some higher level longs on New Zealand, shorts or whatever. Okay. There's going to be more euro weakness. That strength, it's transferred into here, so we don't really need to take another one. I mean, keep both. We'll take one of these CADs. This was just a bonus. And we don't want to keep that one. And this pound Aussie, we're going to take something. All right, that's good. All right. Yeah. All right. I think that's it for the ongoing trades. Well, when I've got a new one, I will. I'll come back with another video. But we do have a little news coming, I suppose. We can look at Tuesday pound. So we'll be prepared for that. It's not really a good time for me, but we'll have to get in early if there's something obvious, and we'll try to get prepared for this one too. Um, so we might have to actually wake up early on Tuesday. Um, New Zealand will do something as well. That's good. And then the other thing we're going to do is we'll watch our friend on Daily FX and try to do the opposite of his recommendation and find and do a little bit of investigation as to why or how he is suggesting to be on the wrong side. We'll do that video later on in the week. But yeah, stay tuned. Cheers, guys.